Assalamualaikum dear students. In this video lecture we will discuss about development of frog. Right, so we know that this frog belong to class amphibia, kingdom animalia. So here we know that in amphibians the fertilization is external. So here the male and female, they just release their sperm and ova outside their body. In the water the fusion of gamete takes place and form a single cell. We call it zygote, right? And this zygote then enter into this segmentation, we call it cleavage, and finally form a multiple cell stage, we call it morula. And after that this morula enter into another embryonic stage, we call it blastula. Okay, blastula. And after some time this blastula transform into a stratified embryo, we call it gastrula, and the whole process is known as gastrulation, right? And here it formed ectoderm and mesoderm and endoderm, right? And after that this endoderm, mesoderm and this ectoderm, they forms their multiple organs, and the process is known as organogenesis. Finally this change into this embryo, and embryo finally hatched out from the egg, and we call it this tadpole larvae. Okay, it is free swimming in the water, and after some times this tadpole larvae, they metamorphose into a change into adult stage. Okay, and the adult mature and the life cycle is completed, right? So students, before we are going to discuss the complete life history of the frog, first we will discuss about the differences between the male and female. It is very important when you are going for a field trip or going to do in a field. You must know what are differences between, how you can differentiate between male and female. Okay, how you will identify the male and female. Okay, so the first point is size. Okay, here you can see this female is usually large in size in comparison to male. Okay, means male are smaller and female are large in size. Okay, why it is so? Because we know that during mating the male just clamp on the back of the female and hold it very tightly. Okay, so he should not burden on the back of the female, on the body of the female during this mating process, right? And the second one is vocal sac. Here is the vocal sac, right? It is balloon like structure filled with air, and okay, so male has vocal sac and female doesn't have vocal sac. Okay, and through this vocal sac it produces some sort of sound like quack 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 quack. Okay, we call it a mating call, and you must hear this sound during their mating season from the ponds or from some other water bodies, right? So it doesn't mean that female doesn't produce sound. Yes, she can, but she can produce only when there is a threat of predation. Okay, for example, when some snakes attack on this female frog, she also produce some sort of sounds. Okay, but most of the time this male produce sounds. Okay, and we call it mating call, and this sound is highly specific, and female of its own species will attract by his call. Okay, and the next is size of the air. You can see here the air is without pinna like we have. Okay, but the size in case of male, the size of the air is larger when in comparison to his own eye, right? When you compare the size of the air with his eye, the size of the air is large. Okay, but on the other hand, in case of female, when you compare her ear with her eye, okay, it is almost similar in size. Okay, this is the very important feature. Okay, means male has large ear size in comparison to his eye. Female has almost same size in comparison to her eye, right? So the next difference is the difference in appendages. Okay, so in case of male, the forelimbs are highly strong and muscular, and with this some patches, colorful patches on their surface. Okay, you can see, and these patches turn into black black color during the mating season. Okay, and there is another important structure, we call it nuptial pad. Okay, nuptial pad, and this is present on the first finger of their forelimbs and is absent in the hind limbs. Okay, so, and in some cases they have some spine-like, spike-like structure on their feet. Okay, on their forelimbs. So these structures just to hold up the female very tightly during their mating, right? In some frogs, okay, for example, Australian stony crake frog, okay, a male has usually brighter in color. It is just to attract the female during their mating. Okay, and in some cases, for example, thorny tree frog, okay, their surface is very rough. Male, the skin of the male, the skin of the male is very rough, and whereas the skin of the female is very smooth. So there are some differences between the male and female, of course, and on the basis of this you can recognize the male and female. Okay, so in this video lecture we just stop over here, and in the next lectures we will discuss about its mating and other stages of its development. Thank you.